Ms. Matthews, are you there?
Yeah.
Can't see you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I apologize. I'm ready on all three matters.
All right, so the court calls the people versus Talia McCorkey Matthews. It's case number 230-447-4501. Matter set for a pretrial conference on today. Ms. Matthews being charged with count 1 domestic violence. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning to this honorable court. Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Roberts, P76414, appearing on behalf of Ms. Matthews. Ms. Matthews, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Talia McCorkle Matthews.
All right, thank you. And Madam Prosecutor, what is your pleasure in this case at this time?
Your Honor, the people would respectfully request that a final pretrial date be set.
All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, we move for dismissal in absence of the complainant today.
All right, thank you. The court at this time is going to deny the motion to dismiss. Instead, what we would do is continue Ms. McCorkey Matthews not guilty plea until the 28th of June. That's a Wednesday. We'll set the case for a final pretrial conference on at 9 a.m. That'll be via Zoom. The court does want the complaining witness present if the people are proceeding in this case with that individual's assistance, and will do so as needed at that date and time. Again, the date is June 28th. The time is 9 a.m. and that is via Zoom. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor, not at this time. Thank you.
Attorney Roberts, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Ms. Matthews, you have a good day and be well. We'll see you on the 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Chapman. Again. Mr. Chapman, are you there?
Yes.
All right, would you remove your hat for us, please? And thank you. Thank you, sir. Court calls the people versus Kevin Chapman. It's case number 230-447-4001. Matters set
Bless you.
pretrial conference on today. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution?
Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is James Lee. I'm a third-year student in good standing at the supervision of Attorney Andrea Roberts.
All right, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Your Honor. James Lee appearing on behalf of Kevin Chapman, who consents to my appearance on his behalf. Is that correct, Mr. Chapman?
Correct. Correct.
Requesting permission to, sorry, that's not in my script. Okay.
Permission to practice pursuant to CR 8.120.
Requesting permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule M 8.120B under the supervision of Andrea Roberts. Sorry.
Any objection?
No objection from the people, Your Honor.
The court will grant that permission at this time. Madam Prosecutor, what is your pleasure in this case?
Your Honor, the people would respectfully request that this honorable court set a final pretrial date.
All right, thank you. And may I have your name yet again for the record, sir?
Kevin Chapman.
All right, thank you. So, Mr. Lee, what is your pleasure?
We move for dismissal, Your Honor, and in the absence of complainant.
Thank you. Court at this time is going to deny the motion to dismiss. Instead, what we will do is continue Mr. Chapman's not guilty plea. We'll set the case for a final pretrial conference. That'll be on Wednesday, June 28th. The time will be 9 a.m. That will be via Zoom. Court does want the complaining witness present if the people are proceeding in this matter with that individual's assistance, and will do so as needed at that date and time. Again, that date is June 28th. The time is 9 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Anything further from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor, not at this time. Thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Lee?
We're asking permission to travel for Mr. Chapman so that he can attend job interviews. He's currently working, but he's interviewing for truck driving positions, which may require him to go out of state.
All right. So I like the fact that it may, but if we're asking for permission for Mr. Chapman to travel, the court wants that more definite. So where does he plan on traveling to and when? And then if you can give that information to the court, I can consider whether or not to amend bond to allow him to do so on those specific date and times and to those specific locations.
Mr. Chapman, can you explain?
Yes, permission to travel to Indiana. I don't have a specific date as of right now, and also Wisconsin. And I don't have that specific date right now. I'm still in the application process of screening, and we're going to be setting up the actual date. So I'm not sure if it should be after the 28th, but I feel confident that it might be after the 28th. So is there a way that I can just maybe contact you guys and we then just get the approval then?
That is exactly what I was going to say, Mr. Chapman. It wouldn't be you guys, it would be your attorney. Notify your attorney when you have a date and time certain that you're expected to travel. If this case is still before the court will consider and make a decision as it relates to that request once it is presented. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Lee?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Chapman, have a good day and be well. We'll see you in a few weeks, if not sooner.
Thank you.
You need to speak with Mr. Reed, you indicated. Mr. Reed, click join. He clicked leave. No, I ain't want to touch nothing, mess nothing up. Muted. All right, are we ready on read?
Yes,
The
sir.
people are, go ahead, Attorney Roberts.
We're ready. Yep, thank you.
The people are ready as well.
Second. All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls People versus Deante Javon Reed. Is case number 230-447-4301. Matter is docketed for a pretrial conference on today. Mr. Reed being charged with count 1 domestic violence. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the.
Did you say starting with the people, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
I apologize. Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Good morning, Amber Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Deante Javon Reed. All right, thank you. And Madam Prosecutor, what is the people's pleasure in this case?
Your Honor, the people would respectfully ask this honorable court to set a final pre-trial conference date.
Thank you. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, we move for dismissal in absence of the complainant.
All right, thank you. The court at this time is going to deny the motion to dismiss. Instead, what we will do is continue the not guilty plea entered in this matter. We'll set this case for a final pretrial conference. That will be on the 28th of June. That'll be at 9 a.m. Court does want the complaining witness present if the people are proceeding in this matter with that individual's assistance, and will do so as needed at that date and time. Anything further from the.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Anything further?
Nothing further from the people, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts.
May I address bond, Your Honor?
May proceed as to bond.
Your Honor, respectfully ask that you consider removal of the tether provision in this case. Mr. Reed indicates that he'll go to his uncle's who lives in the city of Detroit, understands not to have any contact with the complainant. He actually is supposed to start demolition today, Your Honor, but he's in jail. He also indicates that he has a child who has a brain aneurysm. That child is not with the complaining witness, and he wants to spend time with that child. He's indicating it was a critical situation, and luckily they stopped the bleeding on Sunday, and that child's currently in the hospital at U of M.
Thank you. Any response from the people?
Your Honor, the people are certainly sympathetic to the defendant's situation. However, upon review of the police report, the defendant admits to smacking the complainant in the face, and on the way to the DDC, he threatened to shoot officers and the complainant and her family when he would get out of jail. So the people would respectfully ask this court not remove the tether.
All right, thank you. Give me one moment. All right, thank you. So the court has reviewed the court file and the allegations contained therein, and also I heard from both defense counsel and the people. Court notes that bond in this matter is a personal bond with a GPS tether and house arrest. Court is going to remove the house arrest order. Court's going to continue with the tether order. And we will continue this case under those bond conditions until the 28th of June. Again, as it relates to the amendment of bond, the court is removing house arrest, but continuing bond otherwise. Anything further, Attorney Roberts?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Mr. Reed, you'd like to speak with your attorney? I will send you your device for breakout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Attorney Solari, I have a complaining witness on Copeland Davis. Do you need to speak with that individual?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll send you the link in a moment. Want to make sure that there's nothing further on the record, for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This current.
Your Honor,
Mr. Reed is gone.
yes, we have nothing further for the record.
Okay, perfect.
But we have Anthony Brown and Maurice Tucker in the courtroom. So if we can call those, we'll meet you in the courtroom.
You said Anthony
Brown
and
Maurice
Tucker.
Tucker in the hallway. I'm sorry, not the courtroom.
I'm gonna put Madam Prosecutor with the complaining witness on Copeland Davis. And then once she's ready, we can do Tucker and Brown.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Attorney Cole. How are you?
Good morning. I'm just fine, Judge. How are you feeling?
I'm doing just fine. I have DeSean Wilson, which I believe is one of yours, and I also have one of the complaining witnesses present, Amanda Hairston. Do you need to speak with that person?
Yes, please. Rounds is mine, I understand as well. Rounds.
Well, I thought I did. I don't have that person any longer. Mr. Wilson will be with you in one moment. I don't have the complaining witness on any longer.
Oh, what was the name again on the
Amanda
complaining witness?
Hairston, that was for
Yeah,
Mr. DeSean Wilson.
yes, yes.
Uh,
Darn.
you don't have Warren Rounds, do you, Attorney Roberts? That person present?
He's in the MDOC, Your Honor, and it appears they have not logged in.
Okay.
I don't know if we can set another date for him and see why.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Okay, perfect.
Are you ready on DeSean Wilson otherwise?
I was hoping to speak with the
Oh,
complaining witness.
I think I have that person back.
So unfortunately, I would not be able to do an offer at this time.
Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get that person on. Attorney Solari, were you able to speak with the complainant on Copeland Davis at all?
No, Your Honor, in the process of unmuting herself, she seemed to have left the breakout room, and now I believe she left the meeting.
Yeah, I don't have her on any longer either, so. All right, I'm gonna move into the courtroom and I'll see if I can do some other breakout rooms before we call the rest of these cases.
Thank you, Attorney Solari, by the way.
Of course.
Really is. Oh, she's back. Oh, good. I need to speak with her. Oh, good morning, Miss Hairston. You're muted.
Hello.
Judge, Miss Hairston is back. Can you put us in a breakout room, please? I don't know if you heard. You've got to mute your microphone.
Are we ready on Deante and Copeland, David?
No, I'm not.
We're not.
I'm
Okay.
waiting to talk to people after that one, but the one that Ms. Cole was on is.
Oh, okay. We're ready
Sean
on DeSean Wilson.
Okay.
Okay. Madam, prosecutor, you ready on Wilson?
I'd like to speak to Attorney Robert.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're on another matter right now.
No, we're ready on Wilson, but if you need to speak with Attorney Roberts, I'll send you all a break copy.
Thank you.
Room 3. Good morning, may I have your name, please? Good morning, sir. May I have your name, please? Good morning, sir. May I have
Hello,
your name? Good morning, sir. May I have your name, please?
Demari McElwain.
One more time for me. Can you state your name again for me, please?
McElwain. Demari McElwain.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll be with you in a moment.
Your Honor, I'm ready for you.
All right, Ms. Peterson will be with you in a moment. Appreciate your patience.
Complainant, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Cole, you need to speak back with Ms. Harrison.
Yes, please.
Okay, try to make that happen. Ms. Harrison, Madam Prosecutor would like to speak with you
Yes.
again. click join, that would be great. You should see that right about now. I have Demari McElwain. I think you already on that, Attorney Roberts?
I believe so. I didn't see a complainant. Was there one?
No.
Okay, I think we're ready on that. Tucker and Brown.
All right, so let's do McElwain, Tucker, then Brown, if the people are ready on those three in that order.
Your Honor, I would just need to pull up McElwain, and then I'll be ready in just a moment.
Okay, so let us know.
Your Honor, the people are ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. McElwain, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can't see you, sir. All right, so the court calls the people versus Demari McElwain. This is case number 180-462-8901. Case is set for a final pretrial conference. I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Angela Roberts, P 76414, appearing on behalf of Mr. McElwain. And sir, can you state your name again, please?
Demari McElwain.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. And court notes that today is the day and time set for the final pretrial conference. What is your pleasure, Madam Prosecutor?
Your Honor, the people have made efforts to contact the complaining witness and have been unable to do so, and the people are unable to proceed without the complaining witness.
All right, thank you, Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, we move for dismissal of the case and respectfully ask that you also sign an order for Michigan State Police to destroy the arrest record, biometric data, any DNA if applicable, and remove the lien entry.
All right, thank you. Any objection?
No objection from the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court will sign that order once it's provided. If this court is dismissing this matter on today, dismissal without prejudice, people indicating they're unable to move forward at this particular time. Mr. McElwain, matter is dismissed. You have a good day and be well.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. All right, let's get Tucker.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mr.
Brown.
Mr. Brown.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls people versus Maurice Tucker. Case number 230-447-4101. This case is set for a pretrial conference on today. Mr. Tucker being charged with count 1 domestic violence. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution?
Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is James Lee, and I'm a third-year student in good standing at the University of Detroit University Law, and request permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120B under the supervision of Attorney Andrea Roberts.
All right, any objection?
No objection from the people, Your Honor.
All right, permission is granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. James Lee, appearing on behalf of Maurice Tucker, who consents to my appearance on his behalf. Is that correct, Mr. Tucker?
Yes. Can I have your name, sir?
Maurice Tucker.
One more time, a lot louder.
Maurice Tucker.
All right, thank you. Madam Prosecutor, what is your pleasure at this time?
Your Honor, the people would respectfully ask that this honorable court set a final pretrial date.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lee?
In the absence of the complainant, we move for dismissal, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. The court at this time is going to deny the motion to dismiss. Instead, what we will do is continue the not guilty plea entered in this matter. We'll set this case for a final pretrial conference. That'll be on June 28th. The time will be 9 a.m. That will be via Zoom. The court does want the complaining witness present if the people are proceeding in this matter with that individual's assistance. Anything further from the people?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Attorney, Mr. Lee.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tucker. Have a good day and be well. We'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you. I'm gonna step out for a second.
Okay, thank you.
Is Attorney Roberts in there still?
Speak with Mr. Copeland Davis.
I do.
Let's do that, because Attorney Cole's not on it. Good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Daniel Copeland Davis.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Copeland Davis, click join.
Attorney Roberts, can you go into a breakout room with me
Yes.
and Antoine? He's on Zoom and I told him that the three of us were going to talk. I forgot I hope he's still there.
All right,
Oh, it's the judge on the record. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, may I please go in with Mr. Wilson?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Please go talk to Mr. Wilson again.
All right, one moment, Mr. Wilson, send that device a link to a breakout room. It'll automatically join, I believe. Attorney Roberts,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I sent the wrong person to breakout room. I did. Before I send you, can we get, do Copeland, Davis, and, Copeland, Davis?
Yeah, ready.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the people versus Damian Copeland Davis is case number 230-444-6001. This matter is docketed for a final pretrial conference on today. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution. And Mr. Copeland Davis, would you remove your hat for us, please? All right.
Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Andra Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Copeland Davis. And Mr. Copeland Davis, can you unmute the device and then state your name for the record?
Damian Copeland Davis.
All right, thank you. Court notes also have the listed complaining witness in this matter present. May I have your name, please, ma'am?
Deante Peterson.
All right, thank you. And Attorney Roberts, what is your pleasure in this case at this time?
Your Honor, I would, if I can just ask the people their position in this case first.
All right, what say you, Madam Prosecutor?
Your Honor, I would just like to note for the record, the people don't have an offer to extend at this time because upon reviewing the lien, there seems to be some data that is missing that I do need to follow up on, but the people are ready to proceed to trial.
All right, Attorney Roberts, thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
Your Honor, if the people are amenable, I would like to know an offer, if we could have a brief adjournment so that perhaps we can get an answer from the people as it relates to that discrepancy before proceeding to trial.
Okay, so let's come back in 3 weeks then. Ms. Peterson, you are excused from zooming in at that date and time. We'll set a continued final pretrial conference for the 28th of June. That'll be at 9:45 a.m. That will be via Zoom, and we'll move the matter along as needed at that date and time. Again, that date is June 28th. The time is 9:45 a.m. and that is via Zoom. Anything further from either attorney?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Peterson and Mr. Copeland Davis, appreciate your patience on this morning. You all have a good day and be well. All right, Attorney Roberts, you do need to speak with Mr. Wilson further before we move forward on that matter.
Please, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sending you that link now.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Antoine Wilson, sit tight for us. Appreciate your patience. We'll be with you momentarily. All right, are we now ready on Wilson?
People are ready.
All right. All right, so let us go on the record. The court does call the People versus DeSean Wilson. It's case number 230-443-1401. This matter is before the court today for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Call on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Angela Roberts, appearing on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, can you state your name, please?
I don't think, Mr. Wilson, are you there? Mr. DeSean Wilson, are you there? We don't see him anymore. You can see and hear him in the breakout room, Attorney Roberts?
Yes, everything was fine just a moment ago, Your Honor.
Deputy, Mr. DeSean Wilson? All right, one moment, we have to try to troubleshoot that. All right, so let us try this again. Let us go on the record. The court does call the people versus DeSean DeMarco Wilson. It's case number 230-443-1401. Matter is docket for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
May it please the court, Paula Cole on behalf of the people.
Thank you.
Jennifer Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, can you state your name?
John Wilson.
All right, thank you. Court notes, I do have, I believe, both listed complaining witnesses present. May I have your name, please, first, sir?
You're muted. Who?
I'm Tony Wilson.
All right, is Ms. Hairston with you as well?
Yes, yes, sir.
May I have your name, please, ma'am?
Amanda Hairston.
All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts, what is your pleasure in this case at this time?
Your Honor, I believe that we've reached an agreement, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Cole, but I think at this time, the people are willing to dismiss this case if Mr. Wilson completes 12 anger management sessions, has a mental health evaluation, and follows any recommendations from that evaluation, and has no contact with the complainant and his immediate family. I'm going to go ahead and guess, I'm sure Ms. Cole also wants that as it relates to Ms. Hairston, so I would have no objection to that. And after having an opportunity to talk to my client about that, I would ask for an adjournment so that he could take advantage of that opportunity. Is that correct, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So 12 anger management sessions, a mental health evaluation, and a continuation of any recommended aftercare, and a no contact order for Mr. DeSean Wilson, Mr. Antoine Wilson, and Miss Amanda Harrison.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And I believe that Mr. I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, Mr. Wilson, but Tony Wilson's immediate family as well.
Okay. All right, so that's your understanding as well, and that is your offer, Attorney Cole.
Yes, Your Honor. That is correct. Is that Mr. Wilson? Can I just make sure, Mr. Wilson, on the record, you understood what the offer was today? Mr. Wilson, Mr. Harrison, Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Thank you. Is that correct, Ms. Harrison?
She said, I'm sorry. She said, is that correct?
Is that correct? Did you hear?
I'm about to walk around.
I did have the opportunity to speak with both of them, and Attorney Roberts spoke with Mr. Wilson, that we are amenable to that, especially with the recommendation for the mental health file.
So what we'll do is this, then we'll have to put the case over for a little while to allow Mr. DeSean Wilson to attempt compliance, or to attempt to do what he needs to do for that offer. So how does August 9th sound, Attorney Roberts?
I'm going to ask for a little bit more time, Your Honor, because, and I guess I was going to get into this in my bond argument, but I believe that there may be a parole hold. And so I'm going to be arguing to remove the tether because I think that the imposition of the tether, at least based upon my observation from our last court hearing until now, being that Mr. Wilson is still at the Wayne County Jail, leads me to believe that if there is a parole hold in place, that the imposition of the tether is keeping him there. And so I'm going to ask to remove that tether so that the Michigan Department of Corrections, if there is that hold, can make a decision as to whether or not they're going to have Mr. Wilson go to their custody, and Mr. Wilson may have to deal with an issue over there before possible release. So I'm going to ask for a little bit more time if that's at all possible.
All right, so then let's do this then. What is, let's say, we'll say September the 6th. September the 6th at 9:45 a.m. is when we'll return on this matter. That will be via Zoom. And we'll see if Mr. DeSean Wilson is in compliance with the people's offer, if he's fully completed the people's offer at that time. Attorney Cole, any response as it relates to Attorney Roberts' request to remove the tether in this case?
We discussed it, but my only concern is that if the parole hold is removed, the complaining witnesses are concerned that he had absolutely no contact with them. And I want to make sure he understands the seriousness of this, that he cannot, if I agree to the removal of the tether and the parole violation is removed, he cannot go anywhere near them.
I understand.
I want to make sure he understands. So at that point, then I would not object to it, but as long as he understands that the police will be called immediately if they see him near their house.
You do understand that, Mr. DeSean Wilson, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is what the court's going to do. The court will remove the tether. The court has received notice from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office electronic monitoring unit that there is a Michigan Department of Corrections detainer on Mr. DeSean Wilson that makes him ineligible for a tether. So the court will remove that tether and allow that MDOC process to take place. And we'll see exactly where we are with this particular matter again on the 6th of September at 9:45 a.m. Anything further from either attorney?
Not from the people, Your Honor. And thank you, Attorney Roberts, for working with me on this.
Thank you as well, and Your Honor. So our current bond is 500 personal without GPS tether.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Wilson.
All right, Ms. Harrison, thank you for your patience. Mr. Wilson, as well as Mr. DeSean Wilson, appreciate you all's patience as well. Have a good day and be well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. Thank you, Attorney Cole.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Court Reporter is back with us. Let's do the last person we have in the hallway. Is that Brown?
Yes.
Let's get Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
All right, so the court calls the people versus Anthony Paul Brown, case number 230-446-3301. Matter is docketed for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Carolyn Solari, P number 86651 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is James Lee, and I'm a third-year student in good standing at the University of Detroit University Law, and request permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120B under the supervision of Attorney Andrew Roberts.
All right, thank you. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, permission to granted. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. James Lee, appearing on behalf of Anthony Brown, who consents to my appearance on his behalf. Is that correct, Mr. Brown?
Yes. All right, and Madam Prosecutor, well, may I have your name, sir, first?
Anthony Paul Brown.
All right, Madam Prosecutor, what is your pleasure at this time?
Your Honor, the people's pleasure would be to, well, the people would respectfully ask this court to set a jury trial date.
All right, thank you.
This is the day for the final pre-trial, and the complainant is not here. So in the absence of the complainant, we move for dismissal, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. The defense counsel has moved for dismissal on the basis that the complaining witness has not appeared today. Court noting that the complaining witness did not appear on May 17th, 2023, which was the pre-trial conference in this matter. Is there a response from the people as to that motion?
Yes, Your Honor. First, the people are looking to move even in absence of the complainant, and would also respectfully note that this honorable court cannot dismiss this case at a pretrial.
I'm sorry? You said I cannot dismiss the case at
It's
pre-trial?
the people's understanding that just because a complainant did not show up to a pretrial does not mean this case can be dismissed by this court.
Okay, so you're saying that the court can't dismiss the case at pretrial because a witness does not appear after the witness was ordered to appear?
Your Honor, we don't have an official order declaring that a witness needs to appear, and I can still proceed without the witness at this time.
Okay. So the argument is that the people are prepared to proceed, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're not having an argument as it relates to the court's authority to manage or maintain a docket through the dismissal of cases in which witnesses were ordered to be present and they're not making an appearance.
Your Honor, may I actually inquire as to that? Why can a case be dismissed if the complainant isn't present? I understand judicial. Oh, I apologize, Your Honor.
The court has the authority to run its docket and to do so in the most efficient manner as the court sees fit. I know we're not having an argument regarding whether or not a court can schedule cases as it sees fit. Are we, Attorney Solari?
I'm personally a bit confused on it, Your Honor, because again, I've discussed this with my office, and it's not practice from my understanding to dismiss a case just because a complainant was not present at a pretrial.
Where is that the case?
What do you mean, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
I'm saying you said it's not practice. I'm asking you, where is that not the case?
It's again
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Just from speaking with my supervisors, Your Honor, Trish Gerard, Larry King, as well as Susie Tawil, I've expressed to them that we've had an ongoing issue with our complainants not being present and intending to proceed forward. And they have told me that it is not practice and that the case cannot be dismissed at this point, just because the complainant has not been present for the pretrial.
All right, so you're talking about what attorneys have told you. If you're going to make a statement on the record to the court about what a court can or cannot do, I would like you to do so with some legal authority. That means that you should present a case that says the court can or cannot do whatever you're proposing the court can or cannot do. Okay, so Attorney Solari, I expect to see that in my email by Friday, the close of business. If you're indicating that this court is or has done something incorrect, then I want to make sure that the court is doing it correctly. So I would appreciate the authority that your supervisors or whomever has regarding what a court can or cannot do as it relates to managing its docket. I would appreciate that. That aside, the court is denying the motion to dismiss on today and will set the case for a further final pretrial conference. The court's not yet scheduling this matter for trial. That will be on July the 19th at 9:45 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
If I may, Your Honor?
You may.
Also, on behalf of Mr. Brown, Attorney Anthony Roberts, P76414. I'm not going to go back to the rulings that were just made, Your Honor, but my client is on a tether with curfew provision. Being that this is actually the final pretrial, not a pretrial, this is the final pretrial conference. We would respectfully ask, Your Honor, as it doesn't appear that really anything's happened since the pretrial and this final pretrial, that the court entertain removing the order for the tether and curfew provision at this time and continuing a no contact provision with the expectation of Mr. Brown not to have any contact with the complaint. You understand that?
Yes. Is there any response from the people as it relates to defendant's motion?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Our court will grant the request, court will remove the tether, and court will continue this matter to the 19th of July as stated. Anything else?
Your Honor, if I can, just for clarity purposes, because I know the record's gonna need to be clear on this issue. If the people are proceeding with the complainant, is it the court's expectation that the complainant should then be there at the July court date?
Well, I'm waiting on the authority from the people as it relates to whether the court can or cannot order witnesses present, whether the court can dismiss cases if those individuals don't show up after they're ordered to be present, or whether the court has to hold a case indefinitely when the people have made zero showing that they're actually able to proceed, other than saying, I'm able to proceed. And so that's what I'm waiting for. So I don't have an expectation right now until Attorney Solari or whomever presents this court with the legal authority about what I'm doing wrong or what they're arguing on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll take
And
it
then
from there.
if we could maybe be privy to the court's decision making as the court entertains that issue, then maybe we might bring this matter to the court's attention prior to the July.
So once I receive that authority, then I'll give you all an answer, and that'll be by the close of business on Friday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Just wait.
Is that, I think that's it, right?